Hey guys, Christy Shelton from foreverandafter.com, and I am coming to you guys live today to talk about the top 6 time management myths. So this next series I'm doing is on time management and really how to get the most out of the life that you're living without having to sacrifice everything to get things done. So myth number 1 is that being busy is an honor. I don't know about you guys, but when I was at the height of my working 2 jobs and running around like a maniac, I used to almost brag about how busy I was. And I still catch myself doing it sometimes. I'll tell somebody, well, I worked 12 hours today. Like that makes me better than somebody else, or like I should be proud of that. And while I'm proud of my hard work, working a million hours every week and being so busy that you can hardly breathe is not an honor or something to be proud of. It's just something that society has kind of gotten us in the habit of, that, you know, if you're not doing more than the next person, that you're kind of slacking off, or, you know, something to that effect. So myth number 1, being busy is an honor. It's definitely not. Myth number 2 is don't waste time getting organized. There's people that will tell you that you don't have to worry about getting organized. You can just, you know, start doing things, that doers get things done and other people just fall by the wayside. But it's important when you're starting any kind of, you know, time management or money management that you get things organized to begin with, so that you have a plan of action, so that you can sit down and take the necessary steps to reach the goals that you're trying to achieve. So myth number 2, don't waste time getting organized. Organization. Sorry, I got a phone call. Myth number 3, overscheduling. How many people out there are the kind of people where you buy elaborate planners or you make these elaborate lists and you spend so much time planning out your time that you leave little time to get the task done? This totally used to be me. In fact, last year, I think I had 2 or 3 planners going at the same time, and I used this planner for this and this planner for that. And I was constantly writing things down and making lists to myself of things that I needed to do. And I very seldom was getting things done. So it's important to make a plan and budget your time, but make sure that you're not spending time or too much time like overscheduling yourself. Number 4, save the worst task for last. I don't know about you, but the task that I want to do the least is the one I'm going to procrastinate about the most. So if you've ever read the book Eat That Frog, it talks about doing the task that you hate or you're most nervous, or you know, the one that you least want to do that first and get it out of the way. You'll be more productive for the rest of your tasks. And occasionally I would find myself sitting there with, you know, that one dreaded task left to do, and I would find other reasons not to do it. I'd find other things to occupy my time. I'd drag out the task before that. So I found that if you can just get that dreaded task done first, it makes the rest of your task and your to-do list a lot easier. Number 5, somewhere along the lines, society has told us that we have to complete something before we can move on to the next task. And I subscribe to this line of thinking for a really long time, that if something was on my to-do list, I couldn't cross it off and move over to the next item until I got that item completely done. And then that would take me back to the item before, where stuff that I didn't really enjoy or didn't really like, I would be doing it technically for hours or days because I never actually got it accomplished and I never felt like I could move on to something else. So I encourage you guys to, as we go through this, I'm going to recommend or show you guys how I time block and budget my time. And, you know, when you set a time frame to do something, say 20 minutes of house cleaning or something like that, just make sure at the end of that 20 minutes, you're prepared to move on to that next task, no matter what that task is. And number 6, multitasking is the answer to everything. This one is still a hard one for me. I am a multitasker to the core. In fact, my husband jokes that he doesn't know how I could actually watch a show on TV, because I'm usually like watching TV with him and reading a book and doing something on my phone. And for a really long time, I thought that that was the key to my success. I worked full-time and went to school full-time, so I got in the habit of doing multiple things at once and juggling multiple things. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that multitasking isn't helping me get things done. It's just helping me get a lot of different things started. So I can sit down and plan on writing a blog post, and then something will come up and I'll decide, oh, well, I need to start doing that. So while I'm writing my blog post, I'll try to do something else. And then, 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, I'll realize that I haven't actually made any progress on my blog post, and whatever else I started in the meantime hasn't gotten done. Sorry, my dogs are being insane. So multitasking, while it's good and it fits some times and some things that need to get done, it's not great for long-term success and long-term time management. Throughout the rest of this series, I'm going to bring you guys some examples of how I block my time, kind of give you an idea of what, my day looks like. By the end of this series, I'm also going to share with you my plan to clean your house in under 20 minutes a day. I'm also going to include some quick recipes and some kitchen hacks or tools that will help make your life a little bit easier in the kitchen. So I look forward to checking in with you guys throughout the rest of this series, and I hope you have a great night.